Hey everyone, I guess we're related by marriage and in-laws and outlaws, but,
Yeah.
but Tommy Tipton, and we been at adjusting seminar today, and he's an independent adjuster and has done this now for about how long?
Started in 2005.
2005 with
Yeah. Hurricane Katrina with
Yeah.
Ron Eubanks and Orrin Eubanks.
Yeah, so our family, I married Stacy, which we have been in the family since 1960. I started in 91 with Orrin, doing property casualty, and been doing flood since Katrina. And so we get a lot of questions about independent adjusting.
Sure.
And it's your full-time occupation now, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So you just live it up, low hours, lots of money, right?
That's it. Just low work and big pay. That's what.
So one thing, what is independent adjusting, and what does that entail in your life?
Independent adjusting. It's all about being able to go out, be on your own. You work for yourself. That's one concept I really like about it. The more you do, the more you help others, the better it is for you. And just to be in this business, you need to have a firm grasp of being able to help people and be compassionate.
Right.
That's what I kind of live my creed by.
Yeah. It's really neat to, after 30 years of me being able to do this, it's really neat to be able to go out there and be that first person on the site to help people when it's a hurricane or a fire or whatever.
That's right. And being able, because when you get it, just like in the floods that we work a lot now, you're the first line of anybody that they see. And, you want to ease their mind as much as you can.
Right.
As much as you can to let them know, hey, we're here, this is what we can do for you. And because they've got so many unknowns.
Right.
They don't know what's going on, and that is one thing that's real gratifying to me in this work, is being able to help them and seeing that they do put their trust in me, know that, hey, we're here to help them.
Me too.
So
what's a typical, I know when you're out there adjusting and you have a storm, what's a typical day and time look like for you?
My day, I get up about 6 o'clock. If I hadn't finished anything from the night before at 1 o'clock or so, I'll finish up. I go out, my first scope is 8 o'clock. I go through the day, scoping 5 or 6 houses, looking at the houses, taking pictures, doing all of that. When I get back in, Becky, she works with me, my wife, and from that point, we get back in. Most of the time we run through a drive-through because we're always thinking about our next step, because time management is the key to this business. We get back in, first thing we do, we're downloading pictures, we're doing the things that we need to do to get set up, doing prelims, to get set up to where we can really start getting on our estimates. The day that night comes in, and like I said, I'll work till 12 or 1 o'clock.
Right.
We'll get up and do it again. If we got a 45-day storm, we're doing this 45 days. We
Right.
don't. We work when it's there so we can help as many people as we can.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
And so if I get a lot of calls, and I think we do too, about people who want to get in this business.
Right.
What would you suggest someone just brand new, getting ready to get started?
Brand new, getting ready to get started, especially, if you know someone that can give you a helping hand to get you started. But even at that, best thing to do, there's so many adjusting companies out and about. Find you an adjusting company. Find you an adjusting company that will say, hey, we're going to train you for these 3 days. We're going to guarantee you some claims. Now, they'll guarantee you some claims. They're not going to guarantee you they're going to call you back. It's as much as you put into it. So I say the main thing, you have to put the work in, your due diligence, to be able to succeed.
Before you get to the storm.
Before you get to the storm. You need all of this before, because,
Right.
People's aspect of it, they look from the outside looking in, oh man, easy.
Right.
We get in here, you're gone for a couple of weeks, you come home, you play golf or whatever, and it's not. There's a lot of dedication to it, things that you do have to do. And,
Right.
And that's, and so getting started and keeping yourself, these programs, Xactimate, SimSol, all these different programs, staying on top. You can't have a program, look at it, and then 2 days before the storm, decide you're going to pick it up. Keep yourself busy, involved in it, doing things, and that'll make you, I mean, you'll be more efficient.
So find a mentor, a good company, get Xactimate,
Yeah.
and practice.
Exactly.
And so your first storm, you should make $100,000, right?
Exactly not.
No.
That is wishing to think,
Right.
but you know, anticipations. You get out on the first storm, of course. Carriers and adjusting companies you work for, they're gonna look at you. They're gonna give you 25 claims.
Right.
What you do with those 25 claims is going to dictate if you get some more claims.
Right.
If you have done your due diligence before the storm and you're producing files and you're not getting, I mean, you're talking to insurers and you got a grasp of what you're doing, you can, literally, $25,000-$50,000.
Right.
Of course, I got in this Katrina.
Right.
We was both in Katrina. I didn't even know how to say the word computer when we got in it.
Right.
And I got in it and stumbled through it, and by the graces of the good Lord, I guess, because, we was doing a lot of things that, we was looking for policy limits. That was our goal.
Right.
And so I mean, that storm was a different.
Yeah, you get those very few ones.
Yeah,
like
that's
that are
right.
Really
That's
good.
right.
Well, any final words for someone that is looking for this? Any advice?
The only advice I'd say, make sure you're dedicated to having compassion for people. That's the first thing. If you don't have that and you're just one of those that's out for that dollar, it's like your grandpa told me, you keep the tunnel full, keep the pipeline up and going, but the way you do that is sitting there and being compassionate and then having the knowledge of what you're doing.
Right.
I mean, this is a base business. You don't have to have a college degree to do it. You have to have desire, want, and with that,
And hard work.
and hard work, and
Yeah.
lots of hard work,
Yeah.
lots of hours.
So all right, so final, like just words of wisdom, a book or a quote or anything you live your life, right? Okay.
I basically live my life. I want to treat people as I want to treat people as I want to be treated.
Yes.
And that's
Amen.
that's how I do it.
Yeah. Well, awesome guy here, and now I get to learn from him when we do these storms. And amazing at your work ethic and what you do. And even if he is from Arkansas.
Hey.
All right.
Go home.
God bless.